Thank you, Council President and Council members, for passing, hopefully, this important ordinance. I want to assure you that $40,000 in the hands of Riverview International Center, or as we call it, the RIC, will directly and positively impact thousands of immigrants and refugees in Columbus. The RIC has been serving and supporting new Americans in the city since 2015, when we opened an apartment on Riverview Drive in hopes of becoming a place where women in this isolated neighborhood could come to socialize, learn English, and ask any question they had about life in America. We built trust through the years, and the women we met in those early days spread the word about the help they were receiving. We were not paid for services, we did not advertise our services, but the word spread. The help they received was things like access to benefits, navigating school enrollment, communications with teachers, driving lessons, and of course English classes, and that opportunity to socialize and meet their neighbors. In those early days, each of our staff members, myself included, spoke Arabic because that was the primary language of the newcomers in Riverview Drive. And still, the RIC is committed to hiring culturally competent staff, and especially those with lived immigration experience. That's still very, very important to us. We added a workforce development program in early 2020 thanks to a generous grant from the Franklin County Commissioners. But right as that program launched, COVID hit, and our program became both workforce development and unemployment support, as hundreds of our community members lost their jobs in the service industry. We had to pivot again in late 2021 when we partnered with Community Refugee and Immigration Services to support more than 200 refugees from Afghanistan who moved into Riverview Drive and the surrounding Northwest area. But in early 2024, we faced our biggest challenge yet, which was the news that 89 units on Riverview Drive, including the building where we'd operated for more than 8 years, were sold to a developer, a local developer, with plans to renovate everything, requiring all those families and our staff of 8 and our 200 volunteers to relocate. In a very short time, we had to understand the developer's plans for the neighborhood, consider our own move, and assist our families. Much time was given to advocating on their behalf with the buyer, Coastal Ridge, who gratefully has made concessions in order to support our neighbors. I'm in regular contact with them now and hope that I can hold them accountable to the commitments that they've made for our community members. But a move is a move, and both my team and our neighbors need very practical support through it. This $40,000 grant will be used to add an additional case manager to our staff who will focus on helping our neighbors navigate the complex housing climate we see in Columbus. We will also use this funding to provide direct rent assistance to those most impacted by these sudden moves. We know our families, we can communicate with them, and we can ensure that funds from the city are delivered in an efficient and culturally appropriate way. So thank you for trusting us, and we look forward to future collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are very grateful for this work that you've been doing. We've seen a lot of coverage about this, and when we found out who was doing the work of connecting our residents, trying to keep folks housed, we wanted to be a partner with you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Are there any questions or comments from my colleagues? Hearing none, I move for passage. Clerk, please call the row.
Bankston, Barosa de Padilla, Dayoc, Howard, Dorrance, Green, Remy White, President Harden.
Passed. Thank you.